Hey guys, yesterday was the Golden Tap Awards. For those of you that don't know what the Golden Tap Awards are, it is presented by Bar Towel. Bar Towel is an online blog site. Basically, every year they do it, and it's fully driven by the online community. The online drinking community goes out and they vote for the winners. So it's much like the Ontario Beer Awards, but all done by you. So the winners are out right now. Best microbrewery was Great Lakes Brewery, Toronto. Great Lakes does some amazing Project X beers. Well, they're Tank 10 now. They do a bunch of amazing one-offs. But best microbrewery, what I voted for in that one was I voted for, I don't remember if it was Five Paddles or Bellwoods, but I voted. I think it was Five Paddles for that one. Yeah, I voted Five Paddles for best microbrewery. Best brewery for cask conditioned ales, Great Lakes Brewery, Toronto. Okay, yeah. Great Lakes actually has an entire bar they've made up for cask conditioned ales, and they take it to festivals and stuff, and it's all casks in it. So that's probably who I would vote. Best brew pub or tide house, Bellwoods Brewery. Yeah, I mean Bellwoods is a brew pub, so well it's a tide house. The brewery's on one side. It is a brew pub too. I mean, yeah, yeah, okay, it makes sense. I mean, that's a good vote. I think I voted Mill Street for that because Mill Street has some really good food. I thought about Big Rig for the same thing, and Big Rig has tables at it that you actually has a tap on it, and you tell them what beer you want, and they tap your table to that keg, and then you pour your own, and there's a counter on it. So at the end of the night, you pay by your counter. That's actually pretty cool. So I thought about Big Rig for that one. Best cidery, West Avenue Cider, Toronto. Um, I believe I voted for Shiny Apple Cider on that one. Best regularly produced beer, Bose Lugtread Lagerdale, Van Cleek Hill. Um, Great beer. I believe my vote for that was um, I believe my vote for that was Innocente's Innocent Bystander. Well, bystander. Best seasonal or specialty beer. Great Lakes Thrust and IPA from Toronto. If you're noticing, there is a lot of Toronto beers on here. Bar Towel, mostly the Toronto area. So when you get all the Bar Towel people involved, you're going to get a lot of Toronto stuff. My favorite specialty, the one I wrote in there was Nickelbrook's Whiny Bastard. Best cask ale, Granite's Hopping Mad. I did write Turtle Island's Triple Chocolate Stout only because it's basically the only cask ale I've had this year. The casks are mostly at festivals and stuff. I don't go to many festivals anymore with the two children and everything else. I don't get a chance to. Best bar for draft beer selection, Bar Hop in Toronto. I think I wrote Beer Market for that myself. Um, Best bar for packaged beer selection, Barvolo, Toronto. Packaged beer being bottles and everything else. Yeah, I don't even remember what I voted for that. Best bar for cask ale, Barvolo. That is what I wrote for that. Best beer event in Ontario, Cask Days in Toronto. Cask Days is amazing, all cask beers. If you like cask ales, it's the way to go. Of course, I wrote the Albino Rhino Beer Tuber Ula Palooza Festival because it's my festival, best festival in Ontario. Shameless plug for myself. Um, Best beer writer, Ben Johnson, Toronto. Ben Johnson, I believe, is the beer blog. I believe that's what he is. Just straight up the beer blog. Yeah, Ben's beer blog. Um, I wrote Jordan St. John only because in Ontario I read basically his stuff. I do read Ben's stuff, um, and I read every once in a while I read Robin's stuff. So I didn't have a very big group of people to choose there, so that's who I wrote. Um, Best bar staff, bar hop. Yeah, yeah. I wrote I wrote Iggy's. Iggy's is in Font Hill. Best newcomer, Side Launch Brewing in Collingwood. Best newcomer, I believe I voted for Inocente myself. I was tossing back and forth Inocente and Five Paddles. But Five Paddles, this was their year anniversary. They didn't open this year, so they didn't fully fit the bill in my opinion. If they had opened between January 1st when this vote happened, it would have been Five Paddles. Most innovative brewery in Ontario. Winner was Bellwoods Brewing in Toronto. I said Five Paddles for that. Five Paddles comes up with some amazing beers because they are still a small brewery. They're not on a full system yet. They have a huge turnaround. They have what 87 beers. They've been open for a year. I mean, and there's so many interesting things. There's hey, let's do chocolate covered strawberries. Bourbon soaked vanilla bean chocolate stouts. Let's do an Italian backyard. What was that? That was like a parsley beer or something like that. Like they do some amazing things. Jalapeno beer, chocolate Mayan beer. Like so many awesome beers come out of there. Best packaging design and label artwork went to Bose All Natural Brewing. I wrote Inocente there because it's very standard. It's eye-catching but nice. Bose does do some great stuff, especially when you come into the fact that they're using 600 milliliter bottles instead of 650s because it's better for the environment instead of 500s as well because it's better for the environment. They recycle longer. They use all recycled paper in their labels. They only use 3 colors in their labels, so they can do that all recycled paper. Just everything about them just is an awesome thing. Their designs are nice. They're eye-catching. They're everything like that. But I was looking myself for something that just made everything look standard. Um, 5 Editors Circle Awards were also handed out, recognizing significant achievements in the Ontario beer industry, as determined by uh, Enright and a panel of Bar Towel members and associates. Buster Rhinos and the Durham Craft Beer Festival in Oshawa got one of the Editors Circle Awards. Society of Beer Drinking Ladies in Toronto got another one. Bose Oktoberfest, which is a big party, got another one. George Milbrandt and Say What in Toronto got another one, and Nickelbrook Brewing in Burlington got the 5th one. Every year I try to somehow get myself in here, and even when I have enough votes that I should be on here, I don't get mentioned. Nobody likes me. I try to stack it. Also, last but not least, brewers from across the province were asked to choose their favorite beer from any other Ontario brewery. The brewmaster's choice for best beer was Sawdust City's Lone Pine IPA. Great beer, but if you were going to pick an IPA, there's just so many awesome IPAs around. I'm surprised that that would be the one that would be picked. Of the Sawdust City beers, I would probably have picked Bloody Long Dark Voyage to Uranus because that was a beautiful beer. Yeah, so that was the awards. That was who was listed. Who did you choose, or who would you have chose for each category? Thank you guys. Bye.